Hi, this is Nancy from Huff's Haven. We are picking berries this morning so we can make some strawberry jam for the winter for our school lunches. Got some berries here. Yesterday we picked the berries, and today we are going to make our jam. So we need to cut off all the tops of the berries because we don't want the leaves in there. So we're going to just cut off the tops, put them in the compost so we can save them for the garden. And then after we fill this up, we'll just pulse it a little bit in the blender, crush them up a little bit, and then we will put them on the stove and cook them. So I grabbed out all of my jars from last year. I think these are really cute jars, perfect for jam. They just look like jam jars. I get the large jars instead of the small 8-ounce jars because we have 4 kids and 6 people in our family, and so we go through a lot of strawberry jam at one time. And so I use the bigger jars because we have a big family. Inside of the pot we have our jars that are warming up, heating up with the water, because you want to have hot jars when you put the hot liquid jam inside so that they don't crack. So those are in there getting nice and warm as I heat my water up on the stove. And then as I finish my berries, I'll put them inside my pot with my pectin, which I've already measured out, and my lemon juice. I'll mix those together, and after I bring that to a boil, then I will add in my sugar. And that is a lot of sugar. This is the book I'm using for my strawberry jam recipe. It is just a classic ball cookbook. There's all kinds of strawberry jam recipes, and they all seem to be slightly different. So I will have it on Huff's Haven. Okay, we're ready to puree the strawberries. You need 8 cups of whole strawberries and about 5 cups of mushed strawberries. Okay, so I'm going to pour them in my pot and start cooking them. And I don't want it completely pureed because I don't want it too liquidy. I like to have some strawberry chunks in my jam. So here we have our lemon juice that we're going to pour in to our strawberries. And you'll see that the strawberries will start to foam on top. As it gets more, I'll actually scrape that off because we don't want that in our jam. And then we need to whisk in our pectin. This is 6 tablespoons of pectin, or 1 box. Okay, while I'm waiting for my strawberries to boil, I'm also warming up my lids. So you have to heat those up so that when you put them on your jar, they will seal. So you can see my strawberries are getting close to boiling, and make sure you keep stirring them so that they don't burn. Okay, so if you look closely, you'll see that the strawberry jam is starting to boil. So it's time to pour in the sugar. A little stir there. This is a lot of sugar. And that's only half of it. Okay, now that we have our full rolling boil, it has to be a boil that you cannot stir down. And once it gets to that point, then you stir consistently for 1 minute. It has to boil for 1 minute. And then we'll be ready to pour it into our jars. Now you will see some of the foam starting to form on the side. That we'll use a slotted spoon to skim off. And I've got my bowl ready. I have this pan underneath here to kind of catch the mess. But we'll skim it into there, and it's actually kind of yummy to eat, but it is foamy. Okay, it is time to fill our jars. And just pour the water out. Make sure all the water gets out of there. And then just pour it in. And you'll want to leave about 1/4 of an inch from the top. They call that the head space. This part is the messy part. And then you take your wooden spoon. As long as it's not metal, like a plastic spatula would be fine, but I don't have a lot of plastic things that are skinny. You just want to make sure there's no air bubbles in there. And then you're going to put your lid on. That's nice and hot in your pot. And screw on your lid so that it's finger tight. And then you're going to put it back into the water. Okay, our timer has just gone off, so it's time to take the jam out. Actually, once you're finished processing the jam, you want to turn off the water and then let it sit for about 5 minutes. So we'll do that, and then we'll take out the jam. Okay, our 5 minutes is up, and we are now taking the jars out of the hot water bath. You just take them straight up. You want to leave a little bit of space in between each one. So just lift it straight up. And I just put mine on a rack. As your jars cool, you'll start hearing them make popping sounds. And that's how you know that they have sealed properly. You want to hear this little chorus of pops. This jam will need to sit for about 24 hours in a draft-free area. So just kind of put it out of the way and let it sit. And tomorrow you can store all of your jam up on the shelf and it'll look super cute. We were able to get 25 pint jars of jam, 4 quart jars of jam, and we have 4 half pint jars of freezer jam that we'll give to the kids' teachers. But it took about a whole day going slow, working with kids and making jam, but we got it done. So there you have it. It's not that hard to do, just take some time.